Did you know the very first chatbot was invented more than half a century ago? Back then, there were no smartphones, no cloud computing, yet scientists managed to make computers talk to humans. The chatbot was called ELIZA, and its creation changed how we interact with machines forever. It's a story that's both fascinating and surprisingly thought-provoking. So let's rewind to where artificial intelligence all began. ELIZA was a groundbreaking experiment developed at MIT in the 1960s by computer scientist Joseph Weizenbaum. His goal was simple: to explore whether a machine could mimic human conversation. What he didn't expect was the global attention it would receive. ELIZA's responses felt uncannily human. Back in those days, computers were incredibly primitive. No screens, no GUI, just text terminals and punch cards. ELIZA ran through a simple text interface. You typed in something, and it replied in kind. It looked basic, but people were amazed. They genuinely believed the machine understood them. ELIZA was designed to simulate a therapist. It would mirror what the user said, using vague but thoughtful-sounding responses. Say, for example, you typed, "I feel sad." It might reply, "Why do you feel sad?" This gave people the illusion they were being heard. But in reality, ELIZA was just following simple keyword substitution rules, with no real understanding or emotions. Its mechanism was actually very straightforward. ELIZA scanned input sentences for certain keywords and matched them to pre-written response templates. Most replies came in the form of open-ended or reflective questions. This allowed it to handle a wide range of inputs, but it couldn't hold a deep conversation or remember previous interactions. Despite its limitations, many users found ELIZA incredibly convincing. Some believed it truly understood them. Others even treated it like a real therapist, pouring their hearts out. This reaction startled Weizenbaum. He began questioning the emotional boundaries between humans and machines. Later in life, Weizenbaum repeatedly emphasized that ELIZA didn't understand language at all. It was just a surface-level mimicry, lacking any true awareness. But the public didn't seem to care. The media hyped up this robot therapist, painting it as a mysterious machine that could comprehend human emotions. The academic community had mixed reactions. Some hailed it as a major milestone in AI, while others dismissed it as a clever illusion. After all, ELIZA didn't think it just followed rules. But this debate opened the door to deeper questions about the ethics of AI. Are we projecting too much humanity onto machines? Technically, ELIZA was nothing more than a pattern-matching engine. It couldn't interpret meaning or learn from conversations. Every dialogue was isolated and forgotten the moment it ended. It couldn't remember what you said a minute ago, naturally. This limited its ability to hold complex, meaningful conversations. Yet ELIZA's influence extended far beyond its code. It was the first program to spark interest in human-computer dialogue. It made people wonder, could machines actually think? ELIZA was also one of the earliest programs to challenge the famous Turing test. It shifted computers from command tools to potential conversation partners. After ELIZA came a host of similar systems, most notably Perry. Perry tried to simulate a patient with paranoid schizophrenia. It introduced more complex psychological models and rule sets. Although it didn't achieve ELIZA's fame, it started an important conversation. Could a chatbot have a personality? In the 1990s, Alice emerged as another key milestone. It used a much larger database and a scripting language called AIML to handle a broader range of topics. While it couldn't learn on its own, Alice could carry basic conversations and even won the Loebner Prize Turing test 3 times. These early bots all had one thing in common: they relied entirely on hard-coded rules. If a user stepped outside the expected patterns, the bot would fall apart. There was no true understanding and no way to improve through interaction. This led researchers to ask a critical question: what if machines could actually learn language? After the year 2000, AI entered the era of statistical models and machine learning. Scientists began training algorithms on vast datasets, teaching machines the probability patterns of human language. Responses became less robotic and more natural. Chatbots began to understand context and tone on a deeper level, and came the real game changer: deep learning. After 2010, neural network models like seek-to-seek replaced traditional rule-based systems. These models could generate responses based on patterns learned from millions of conversations. Dialogue became more coherent, and bots started to grasp user intent. This was the dawn of true, intelligent conversation. Apple's Siri marked the commercial breakthrough of voice assistants. It could do more than just respond to commands. It answered complex questions and felt like a real assistant. Siri's popularity pushed other companies to develop their own voice AIs, leading to the rise of Alexa, Google Assistant, and more. Even so, these assistants struggled with deeper understanding and context retention. Their responses often felt disjointed or shallow. Then came the revolution of generative language models. The GPT series in particular redefined what was possible. These bots didn't just answer, they could carry the conversation forward intelligently. GPT models are built on massive pre-training across billions of words. They can predict what comes next in a sentence and understand the relationships between words and ideas. This enables them to create logical, dynamic, and often surprisingly creative responses. It's a leap far beyond anything ELIZA could do. Today's ChatGPT can hold long, flowing conversations and even remember what you asked a few turns ago. It can tell jokes, write poetry, or explain quantum physics. These abilities come from an enormous volume of training and model parameters. While it doesn't have consciousness, its performance is remarkably close to human-level language. Chatbots have moved far beyond the lab. From customer service to medical triage, from education to emotional support, they're everywhere. During the pandemic, many services relied on chatbots for communication. Some people even developed emotional bonds with them. Machines are learning how to understand human loneliness. ELIZA's legacy never really faded. It was the first to show that language, a deeply human trait, could be mimicked. Though simple, it launched a conversation between technology and humanity. It made us question, does language equal understanding? Are we seeing intelligence where there is none? In his later years, Weizenbaum expressed deep concern. He didn't see ELIZA as a success, but as a warning. He feared people would forget these programs lacked a soul. If we rely too heavily on artificial empathy, we may lose our need for real human connection. His message now feels more relevant than ever. Modern chatbots are far more advanced, yet one fundamental question remains. Do they really understand us? True comprehension involves more than words and logic. It requires experience, emotion, and awareness. Just because a sentence makes sense doesn't mean the speaker understands it. That's a challenge language models still can't solve. The rise of AI chatbots raises ethical and societal questions. Bias, misinformation, manipulation, these risks are real. So how do we design systems that are not only smart but trustworthy? This isn't just an engineering problem, it's a human one. Technology is a mirror reflecting our hopes and flaws. So why did we want machines to talk in the first place? Because deep down, humans crave connection. Language is both bridge and labyrinth. As machines begin to speak, they enter the very threshold of human consciousness. This journey is just beginning, and it's only going to get more complex. From ELIZA to ChatGPT, it's been 60 years of language evolution, from mimicry to learning, from responding to creating. This is more than a timeline of tech, it's a revolution in how humans and machines relate. Language binds us, and now it binds us to AI. It forces us to ask what real understanding means. ELIZA may have been basic, but it was the spark that started it all. Its simplicity reminds us how sensitive we are to language. It showed that when language sounds right, we believe there's a mind behind it. That's powerful and dangerous. Language is a kind of magic, and AI is learning how to wield it. Whenever we talk to a chatbot, maybe we should also ask ourselves, what are we really looking for? Is it genuine understanding, or just someone or something to listen? This isn't just a technical matter, it's a psychological one. In language, we search for connection, and sometimes, a reflection of ourselves. Today's language models aren't perfect. They may fumble or misunderstand, but they re-improving every day, and they reveal the vast possibilities at the intersection of language and intelligence. As machines grow more human-like, the line between human and machine grows blurrier. That question is slowly becoming personal for everyone. ELIZA launched a conversation that continues to this day. From that one humble terminal, we've pushed machines to understand not just the world, but us. We've come a long way, and we're going even further. But we must never forget, the first sentence a machine ever spoke was born from a human desire to be understood. And that desire is still burning strong.
If you enjoy this kind of informative content, Don't forget to like the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notification bell so you won't miss the next one. We'll keep bringing you more thought-provoking and fascinating stories. If you found this video interesting, feel free to share it with your friends. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.